So if we look at this graphically, an application in that application segment is an FQDN, a wildcard domain, or an IP address and a standard set of ports or range of ports. IP addresses should be used sparingly and only where an application is only accessible by an IP address or where the payload indicates that it needs to be connected to by an IP address. So an application segment is a grouping of those applications, those defined FQDNs that make that application function. And then a segment group is a grouping of applications that are similar that you want to apply policy on. For example, I want sales to be able to access all of these applications. There will be different applications in different application segments, maybe in different locations, but they're grouped together because they should provide the same service and a similar set of users should be able to access that segment. Once we have that application segment defined, that application segment is associated, because of its definition, with those server groups, and the server group is associated with the app connector group. Where do all those components fit? So within the client understands that wildcard star.domain.com. The user will access that application and it will query the Zero Trust Exchange for policy to define, is the user allowed to access the application and behind which of the app connectors does this application exist. The app connector will evaluate that policy. The app connector will make the DNS request and figure out which app connector can service the request and make a health check to the application. If the application is available, then the connection is brokered and stitched together through the Zero Trust Exchange to allow the client to connect to the application, and the client egresses onto the network through the source IP address of the app connector.